In this video, I am going to show the process of creating an offer. First, I'm going to log in as the buyer, which then takes me to the home page. And I can create the offer by adding the address, city, state, and zip information, and then creating the contract. I can search by the MLS number, confirm the property, and create the contract. Or I can search by any city or state and search for the property. Now, this was the property that I went to see yesterday, loved it. So I want to look and confirm that this is the property by looking at the pictures, by seeing where it is on the map. And I can confirm that, yes, this is the property that I want to create a contract on. So this is the Realty Cloud route, which provides the process for the entire property transaction. From the time that I complete the questionnaire and create the offer, which we're showing here, review and share the contracts, negotiate the contract, send a deposit through mobile check deposit, sign the contracts, pay for the transaction, title and settlement services are integrated, and then releasing the deposit at closing. So this is the buyer information. I'm going to act as the single buyer, but if I was a buyer's agent, I would mark here, and then I would add the buyer's email or the second buyer's email address as well. Now it's dynamic. The number of email addresses will input the number of signature lines on the actual contract. Now this is the seller information, so I'm going to put the seller email address here. And if there was a second seller's email address or the seller's agent email address, I would add those. And if I didn't know the seller's email address, but I had their phone number, I can put their phone number in here. I can FaceTime, I can call them, or I can text the seller to get their email address. So the form to execute, would you like to execute the offer to purchase property form, the purchase and sales agreement, or both? In this example, we'll just create the offer to purchase property form. The deposit selection, please select a deposit method to accompany the offer. We can use TitleVest, the escrow and title and settlement company, or as an alternative, we could use PayPal as well. So this is the information that is populating the offer. How much would you like to offer on the property? We're going to offer $850,000. We're going to put down $500 with the offer. And with the purchase and sales agreement, we're going to put down an additional $150,000. When would the offer expire? We're going to make it expire today. We're going to execute the purchase and sales agreement by tomorrow. And we want the clear deed 2 days after. And we'll give ourselves 5 days to do the home inspection. And any other terms or conditions. You know, I saw a Mercedes in the garage. I think I'm going to ask for that. It was an old Mercedes. And that's a term that I'm going to add here. So I'm going to submit this, and it's going to create the initial offer. So these are the steps from the buyer perspective. And we're showing completing the contract in this video. So this will pull up the contract and all of the information which we added. And if there was a broker, you would add the broker's name here. All right. So you have all the information. We'll make the offer good through just a couple hours. We want a quick response on this. All right. And then at the bottom here, I can create contingency addendums, a custom addendum, or add a contingency addendum by a mortgage contingency, an inspection contingency, radon, pest control, or lead paint contingency. All right. So let's put an inspection contingency here. We need to do this by tomorrow. Nothing more than $1,000 worth of issues that need to be resolved. And if there are many problems, we have a couple days to inform the seller of that. So I'm going to create this contingency addendum. And as you can see at the bottom of the contract now will be the contingency addendum. All right, so everything is in order. So I'm going to submit this offer to the seller. So it's going to pull up the information on the property which we are submitting the offer on. And it asks, would you like to submit the offer on this property address? And we say yes. So this is sending that contract with the addendum to the seller. Contract has been updated successfully and sent to the seller for review.